While Molly sings with the band, which historically never had a singer with them while the ship was sinking, we see that Officer Murdoch is nothing but a coward, and throws another officer off a lifeboat so he can get on himself.
Yeah, you remember that from the history books? In case you didn't know, First Officer Murdoch went down with the ship. Yeah, what a way to disrespect his family and his legacy. You know, it's kind of like what they did in that other Titanic movie. Guess that's another rip-off there.
Nanny gets onto the last lifeboat amidst the sinking, which strangely she is happy about, and also makes a weird observation.
We're on a ship in the middle of the ocean.
Thanks for pointing that out, Master of the Obvious. And didn't you say that earlier in this film? Now, if you don't hurry up, you'll soon be on a ship at the bottom of the ocean.
Back at the Titanic, the situation is getting more desperate. So much so that William starts to break a window with a chair. Wait. Well, isn't there a door in that room he could use? I mean, what the hell is the point? Dramatic purposes? Because they think it looks cool?
And I don't know what's funnier. That, or the fact that the window looks like it's made of plexiglass. I mean, come on, people. Common sense and consistency.
The ship breaks in two while William saves a small child. He slides down the deck. He's going Super Saiyan! And through clumsy, lazy editing, lands in the ocean. He manages to get the child to safety, because we all know from the history books that the lifeboats came back to save the drowning people, but is dragged down by the sinking ship beneath the water. Oh well, I guess that's the end of the movie.
Oh, God.
But of course it's not over. The animals, especially one mouse, is split on whether or not to save the cook, who is floating in a giant soup pot. Yeah, people, a giant soup pot. Can this get any more ridiculous?
Me and my big mouth.
So out of nowhere, North Atlantic dolphins we read so much about in class arrive to save the animals and cook from danger and pull them to safety. Kinda like something Flipper would do. Oh wait, that's another rip-off there.
Now wait a minute. It's been less than 5 minutes since the Titanic sank, and if there's still survivors flailing about in the water, then why aren't the dolphins going to try and save the people who are drowning just yards away? Are they just going to let them drown and die and instead focus on meaningless animals? But then again, considering how far this movie has come in not caring about anything which actually happened in the real Titanic disaster, why start now? Historical accuracy and consistency, people.
Then our attention is directed back to Angelica, who is helping to row the lifeboat while worrying about William.
Where's William? Do you think he's safe?
I'm sure he is. Don't worry. Everything will turn out fine. You'll see.
Yes, sweetie. As soon as they find his dead body amongst all the others, everything will turn out just fine at the funeral service.
But as she gives her shawl to a shivering child, Nanny notices with familiarity the blue locket around Angelica's neck, and then both come to the realization that Angelica is in fact Nanny's long-lost daughter. Whoopee! Well, gee, wasn't that hard to figure out? It turns out she was forced to give up Angelica to Gertrude when she was a baby, but the latter stole her away.
Gertrude seemed so nice. Told us we could get you whenever we wanted, but she vanished. Left no address. All your father had was an account number to pay your support money into.
So mother and daughter are reunited on the same ship, on the exact same lifeboat, together. To quote the Nostalgia Critic, what are the odds? Oh, and Nanny for some reason repeats herself.
I mean, I hope you understand that neither I nor your father wanted to give you up, but we had to. And Gertrude seemed so nice. She told us we could come and get you whenever we wanted to.
Didn't we just hear this like a second ago? Why do you keep repeating yourself? Do you have Alzheimer's or something?
Nanny also reveals that she looked after William for all these years.
I brought him up and gave him all the love I wanted to give you. I was his nanny.
Well, hold on. Doesn't that kind of make you both brother and sister via affinity? The creep factor in this movie just upped a few notches.
However, they see a body in the water that looks like William's, and they want to get closer, but Murdoch is against it.
What sort of a sailor are you that you're afraid of falling in the water?
Yeah, you tell him, Angelica. Never mind that women did not have a voice in 1912.
But it turns out it's not William after all, but Detective Bradbury. Murdoch is being a bastard about it all.
I told you, it's useless. Let him go. Leave him.
Special Detective Bradbury, New York Police Department. Sam to my friends. Just call me Sam. And don't worry, from now on, you got me to protect.
You know, on second thought, I'm with Murdoch on this one. Throw his annoying ass back in the ocean, please.
But it all ends when a hand shoots out of the ocean. It's William! And despite Murdoch's frantic bitch fit, they haul him on board.
Get that hound off the boat! We're turning over! Then throw him back in the water! Let him go, I said! Let him go!
Ah, shut up. Try to keep the boat on course for a change.
Shut up, you idiot. Oh, and thanks, Bradbury and Nanny.
But all's well that ends well, as with words of encouragement from Angelica, William wakes up and the two share a passionate, over-dramatic kiss just as the sun rises from the horizon, putting an end to the disaster that is Titanic. The legend goes on. Phew! Now...
Wait a minute, where are you going? The movie isn't over yet. Don't you want to know what happened to everybody?
Didn't they all freeze to death and die in the ocean?
Well, Detective Bradbury finally got Corinthia in the act and had her locked up. Thanks also to Fritz and Flopsy, now Detective Junior Grade. Sam is super proud of the medal on his chest, but less of the lollipop. However, he swore he'd give up smoking if he ever made the arrest. Poor Gaston, drooling with great expectations, got himself hired by Rhoda Vanderpump, and the heiress put his Gallic charms to the best use possible, as chauffeur, babysitter, cook, butler, gardener, etc., etc.
Hey, the kid with the indefinable accent messed up.
On the other hand, we're sitting really pretty. To thank us for saving him, our friend the ship's cook put us up at his new place of work, the kitchen of one of New York's fanciest restaurants. Here we have everything we need. Even Hector settled in, though he sometimes flies off on what he calls business trips.
Yeah, but then the health inspector came, shut the place down, and gassed you all to death. We can't have rodents in a place where people eat food now, can we? On second thought, I take that back.
Dressed in mourning, Gertrude Pickering is all broken up, though her tears are not tears of joy, as her ugly nieces Hortense and Bernice marry Kirk and Dirk, who are gloatingly thinking they got it made. At least until Aunt Corinthia gets out of jail and makes them go back to stealing for a living.
They threw the dog in jail too? So much for Corinthia's happy ending. But then again, I guess her happy ending could be finding out about the joys of lesbianism in prison.
And here we have the ecstatic newlyweds Angelica and William, together with Mother Nanny Jenny, Victoria and the grandchildren, and the Dalmatians and their children, who were taken in by William and Angelica after having lost their beloved Mistress Molly. Well, here's hoping they'll all live happily ever after.
Here's hoping all live happily ever after? Aren't you forgetting the 1,500 people that died in the ocean? What about their families? Where's their happy ending?
Bye for now, and see you soon.
See you soon? There's gonna be a sequel? Oh, hell no. What are you gonna make fun of next? The Holocaust? The Hindenburg disaster? Oh wait. I can see it now.
September 11th. The legend goes on. Picture it. Two love-torn financial analysts' feelings for one another are brought into a crisp focus by the tragic backdrop of the burning World Trade Center, all the while trying to escape the danger with the help of three cute city rodents, a rat, a roach, and a pigeon. Oh, and don't forget the terrorists singing like a boy band while they crash the planes into the building.
Who says that devastating catastrophes with great loss of human life cannot be made into fun, kid-friendly films? You'd have to be freaking insane to think that! In conclusion, there is virtually nothing redeemable about this movie. Nothing whatsoever. Even though it is the uncut version, it is poorly animated, with bland, plagiarized characters that nobody can care about, lazy, sloppy editing, an out-of-place rap number that doesn't even belong there, god-awful voice acting, too many subplots, the entire movie is a damn cliche, and on top of that, it makes a mockery of the Titanic disaster. This movie was nothing more than a very, very, very lame attempt to cash in on the success of James Cameron's movie. And thank goodness it did so badly even in Italy. You know, and to think, prior to the Nostalgia Critic's review, there was actual debate as to whether or not this movie actually existed. I'm beginning to think that even acknowledging the existence of this flick in his review was a bad idea. Oh, and speaking of cash in, within the space of 1 hour and 44 minutes, Titanic The Legend Goes On has managed to directly rip off a whopping 38 different ideas, characters, scenes from different studios. Gee, this film was really original and groundbreaking, wasn't it? Not! The people who made this movie are nothing more than low-down thieving crooks who can't come up with their own ideas. To answer my question at the beginning of the review, all the added-in scenes, re-editing, and alternate music do not make this film better than the edited version the Nostalgia Critic reviewed. No! Thank God this movie was a failure. I'd give it an F. In fact, I would much rather be watching the seagull at the beginning of the movie than this rotting pile of crap. Now that that's over, I still have 2 more films in the Italian trilogy of WTF to review. So, my name is Dougie, so I'll be seeing you soon again. Bye! Mwah.